What up? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix new comedy series, The Crew. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. You might not believe this, but I actually find this show kind of funny. It's probably because most of the team writers have either worked with Kevin James in the past, like they're alums of Kevin Can Wait or King of Queens, for instance, or many of them were also writers from other previously successful sitcoms. Either case, many of the jokes on The Crew actually land. Granted, you gotta look past the sometimes awkward laugh track. But hey, what Kevin James sitcom didn't have manufactured laughter audio from live taping? You can argue whether or not The Crew captures the NASCAR stuff authentically, but comedy-wise, it's not a bad show for when you've got nothing else to watch. Written, showrun, and executive produced by Jeff Lowell and directed by Andy Fickman, in The Crew, Kevin James plays a NASCAR crew chief for the fictional Bobby Spencer racing team. When the owner steps down and passes the team off to his daughter Catherine, James has to protect himself and his crew from her attempts to modernize the team. Co-starring Jillian Mueller, Freddie Stroma, Sarah Stiles, Gary Anthony Williams, Dan Adut, Paris Burrelch, and Bruce McGill. The cast ensemble is part of what makes this show works. You've got the crew chief played by Kevin James, rocking the clean-shaven bald head and rugged beard, completely abandoning his old next-door neighbor persona. And then there's the bossy lady boss, and there's also the love interest slash co-worker slash best friend, and there's a couple of eccentric characters working the car, and finally you have the driver who's dumb as a doorknob. The show's got your typical formula of a workplace comedy, like Wings, but goofier and wackier and a little bit more attitude. Many of you will probably check out this show only because of Kevin James. Well, if Kevin James is your only reason, he will not disappoint you. I guarantee you that. Now, I'm not allowed to spill spoilers, so I won't get into details about what happens in the storyline, except that it's a constant battle between the old ways of doing things and the new vision from the new leadership. It's deciding between if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and adapt or fall behind the competition. Those of you who know me well know that I love jokes about roasting people. And boy, I tell you, these characters know how to roast or make fun of each other until the cows come home. And you gotta hand it to Kevin James and his co-stars. I mean, we're not sure if the show's gonna go past beyond the first season, but all of them are very committed to their respective roles, and their comedic timings are impeccably sharp. And that includes the ones who may not have been in the sitcom world for as long as Kevin has. The energy in the last few episodes kinda dwindled down a little bit when it's starting to venture into a more personal and serious and somewhat romantic territory. But even then, Kevin's brand of humor still shines through. Overall, I genuinely enjoy The Crew, but since comedy is subjective, meaning what I think is funny may not be what you think is funny, vice versa, the potential success of this show is anybody's guess.